establishing, keeping up that sort of aerial momentum in this one?
It was huge for our confidence. Not just me, everybody. Getting a big explosive play like that, that really fired us up. That got us going. Especially me. I don't know if y'all saw me after the play, but I was hyped. But it definitely got everybody going. That was huge for our momentum. And as the game went on, we saw some things we liked in the run game, some things we wanted to do. So we started leaning towards that. Everything it'll work together. We all got to do our job. We all got to do it better. We fought hard, but we didn't come out with it today. So,
as you go through these next few weeks on offense, working with Bryson a little bit, how's your relationship with Bryson grown a little bit? And what do you think is the biggest trait that he's gained from you and you've gained from him over these past few weeks as you continue to share snaps in the backfield?
Our relationship is great. I love Bryson. I'm sure Bryson loves me. Our relationship is great. I've learned a lot of things from him. Even running the ball he always runs hard. He don't let people tackle. You don't let people tackle him. He always run hard, get behind his pads. Things Bryson's learned from me. I don't know what he's learned from me, but I'll say I learned a lot from him. He's been a great role model, great mentor, and our relationship is great. Yes, sir.
Final one for me, what did you see on that 36-yard touchdown that made this a one-possession game and kind of a momentum on your side? What did you see on that carry? And again, what did UMass do to kind of shut that down and make that only a one-time thing, unfortunately?
Receiver, and then the defense dropped, so I could easily give me some. I saw at least enough to get the first down. And then when I just ran, I was hungry. Wide receiver did a great job blocking when I was running. I was able to break a tackle and get in the end zone. And then, unfortunately, we just ran out of time at the end. We was in a Hail Mary situation. That's what happened. We just ran out of time. So, we just going to keep working hard, keep pushing this week, keep moving forward.
Appreciate your time and insight.
Thank you.
Sal.
Hey, Champ. Can you just talk about your emotions after this one? This was a game where you kind of were fighting back together, and like you said, you maybe ran out of time. But can you just talk about how you feel about the way things ended for you guys?
I'm just heartbroken. All of the guys in the locker room are too. Trying to pick everybody up. We got to get focused on this week, but we're all heartbroken right now. Especially because it was right there, like we were grabbing onto it and just slipped out our hands. So we're all definitely heartbroken. But I think we're going to use this. Well, I know we're going to use this as motivation this week. Coming this week against Air Force, but there's going to be a big motivator. But yeah, we're definitely heartbroken right now.
How do you think, from your point of view, how do you think you can jumpstart this offense and maybe a little bit more points on this one?
It all starts with us, everybody, all 11 people. We all got to do our 111, do our assignment, do it to the best of our ability. We got to keep fighting hard, knock out the mental errors. We got to protect the football. When we throw the ball, we got to make sure it's completions. Everybody has to do their job, and we got to do it very well. So that's what we got to do.
My only question is, were you surprised you were put back in?
It seemed like that was a play where maybe it can, look to more in the future of that. So.
It was a huge boost. I love running the ball. Of course, getting running touchdowns is amazing. But it was a huge boost of confidence, not only for me, but for the entire team. For my O-line, I saw my guys, went to go celebrate. Everybody was hyped. My receivers, the running backs, the defense. Everybody was hyped. So it was a huge boost of confidence, and we're looking forward to do more of that throughout the rest of the season.
Good. You, Kanye, and Brady are all freshmen on this team, and you're getting some valuable snaps right now. In your opinion, how valuable are these snaps going to be as you press forward in your Army career, even if the results aren't going your way at this point in time?
They're very valuable. They're extremely valuable. Us getting those reps, the more reps you get, the more reps you do something, anything in life, the better you'll be at it. So, us getting reps now this early, that's huge for all of us. Toby Alawale as well. We're all getting decent reps, so it's going to be huge for us in our careers here. So the more we keep doing this, the more we keep getting reps, the better we'll get, and you'll see that. So it's extremely huge for us.
The road gets no easier next week against Air Force. You guys, the last 4 games have not gone your way, but what's the biggest positive you could take take from this one as you go into a vital rivalry game?
Biggest positive, honestly, this is just motivation. This gives us huge motivation. Like you said, the last 4 games, but especially this one hurt a lot. But this is huge motivation. And we could definitely take this in the next week with the motivation that's already there to get the trophy back. To beat Air Force, then this is just stacked on top of that. So that's a huge plus we're getting out of this game.
Appreciate your time and insight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Austin, the defense gave up the 2 touchdowns early, and then the 3rd touchdown was supposed to be the punt. You guys played pretty well, only 21 points, even though that running back had to go over 200 yards. How would you sum up the game defensively?
I think UMass's offensive staff had a good scheme for us. We adjusted 2 drives too late. We got to make some better plays. And that last touchdown, again, short yardage, short field, doesn't matter. One play away from stopping them, 1 gap away. Just got to do better. That's all it is. It's disappointing. We'll evaluate this on film with some humility, and we'll look at it, we'll learn from it, and we'll move forward.
And how do you take it going into the Air Force game next week? Talk about motivation. How do you do this?
I think it's disappointing. You don't need a loss to be motivated for Air Force, but like Champ already said, there's a hunger on our team, and I'm proud of the guys. Like the attitude's there, practicing harder than we have been all year, just hungry to win. We're just not executing good enough. We're not executing well enough. The coaches are putting us in the position we got to execute. Air Force, you don't need any extra motivation. Everything's on the line. That's how we look at it, and hopefully we're going to come back tomorrow with a great attitude and come to work.
Thank you.
Austin, can you talk about keeping the team together? It's been a rough stretch for you guys. Today was a game that could have gone either way. Played out. What do you talk about keeping the team together during this tough time?
Yeah, that's one unique thing about the brotherhood. Everyone talks about having a brotherhood, but truly, there's no pointing fingers. It's just, hey, I got your back. Practice hard, get after each other during practice. We're gonna love each other like brothers, and that's the fact. It's disappointing. Everyone wants to make plays for their brothers. Everyone wants to do their job for each other. We're just not there yet. But I will tell you this, that I've been extremely impressed and proud of how the team has responded and the attitude of the team, because it's obviously been a long 5 games. Coach Monken always says persevere, 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 and the tide will turn. I think that team believes that. Our team believes that, because guys are working harder than they've ever been, and it'll continue to be that way.
Like you said, 1 play, 1 stop away. You don't want to. There's nothing you can take back from this game, but what do you think you can learn from this game?
Like we've already talked about a couple games already. We're one play away, ULM. 1 play away, Boston College. A lot closer than people think against Syracuse. 1 drive away, 1 play away against UMass. We stop them on that 4th down. It's 14-14. We're still playing right now. It's just been a theme. So what can we do to not let it be that 1 play? Not let it be up to 1 play. So just taking care of the little things. I personally believe that, how you do anything is how you do everything. The little things matter, and we'll continue to harp that, and we'll continue to work hard. I'm really proud of these guys, and I believe where we're at. We're in a good spot. Obviously, record's not good, but mentally, culturally, we're in a good spot, and we're going to work hard this week.
With that thought, last one, Air Force coming. You got Air Force. You said no motivation needed. They're a ranked team. They're undefeated as we speak right now. What would you think it would mean for you guys to go into Denver and come out, ending this streak and getting back on track?
Obviously being a lot. Every win's a big win. Obviously, the Academy wins are a little bigger. The biggest game of the year is the next game. We're playing Air Force next. It's the biggest game of the year. As far as I was concerned until today, the biggest game of the year this week was UMass, and that's how we'll take it. We're gonna work our tails off. Obviously, we guys do our jobs, take care of business. We expect to win every single game, you know, and that's our mindset. So just coming in, I mean, it's the biggest game of the year right now, and I mean, we're gonna do what we can, and we're gonna do what it takes. Hopefully, we're desperate for a win.
Hey, Austin, thanks for being here. Sorry to go your way today. Two-part question. First part, both concern the defensive effort over the past two home games. This is the second game in a row where, you know, you let up scores in the first few possessions, but the past two second halves at West Point, I believe you've allowed only a field goal and a touchdown. Field goal against Troy, touchdown today. So what's the biggest thing that's keeping this defensive unit from playing a full 60-minute effort?
You know, it's just part of it. You know, it's scheme. You know, like you come out with a good scheme, you got to adjust. Once you adjust, you know, throw someone else at you, adjust. That's how it is. You know, doing our jobs. We'll continue to play hard. You know, like those drives, they had schemed up and we didn't make plays in the first half. You know, like again, you're a couple plays away. We're a couple third down stops away, 2 third down stops away from them. You know, scoring one, maybe not none, like maybe none. Like again, I wouldn't even put it like a half, first half versus second half. I think it's more just how the games have been going. You know, like guys on the defense are going to continue to work hard as the offense and special teams. Like that's not the case. Like we just got to execute. You know.
And second part for me is what did Massachusetts do in the run game? The run game that kind of stymied you guys. You mentioned Kayvon having over 200 yards today. So what did they do so differently in the run game?
You know, they had a run play that they had schemed up for us. They had something like that last year, kind of flavor of the day, and they ran it and it was successful. So they kept running it and they ran it a bunch of times, and they were successful with it. We started to stop it towards the end, but you know, 2 touchdowns too late. You know, but props to their scheme. I mean, our scheme works too. We got to execute. It's not like we weren't prepared for that. We were. You know, we're in a good enough defense to stop that. We just got to execute. We got to make better tackles. We got to fit gaps better. We got to shed blocks better. So, as far as I'm concerned, it was a good scheme, but nothing we hadn't seen before. We just got to execute.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll go to Charles on Zoom.
My apologies. I have no questions. I'm sorry.
Do you have anything on Zoom? You all set, Austin?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Yep. Do you want to start us out?
Coach, what's the most disappointing about today and the way things unfolded for you guys?
It's hard to put into words, Sal. Just all of it. You know, that's a team we beat 44-7 or something like that a year ago, and they ran the ball on us. We didn't do a very good job fitting the run, playing blocks. We missed a lot of tackles. Couldn't move the ball consistently, run the ball against them. Kicking game. We had a 2-yard punt or something like that, 4-yard punt. I don't know what it was. You know, they gave us a look on that first punt, and we thought they'd be in that look again. Unfortunately, we had a fake called, and they didn't give us that same look, and we got hit right in the backfield. So, you know, it's just all of it. Our guys kept playing even to that last 2-second play we had. But I can't describe the disappointment that I'm feeling. I cannot put it into words. But wasn't our last game, and we got the biggest game of the year that we've played to this point coming up next week. So we've got to refocus and get ready for that one, and I'm going to do that myself the best I can.
The offensive struggles in scoring the football, is it more fundamentals, schematics, or what do you think's happening there?
Well, it's hard to say completely. It's not just fundamentals. We gotta give our guys the best chance, and we gotta look at the things we're doing, we're calling. But certainly some of it is blocking and sustaining blocks, and we did that at times. We had some passes that we didn't hit. We got to hit those. Protection. Times where he's kind of having to move around a little bit. I wish sometimes he would have pulled it down and run the ball rather than taking a shot. And we got to look at all of it. What we're calling, how we're blocking things schematically, the personnel that we got in on those particular plays, and just the execution, the fundamentals. But that's it's coaching and it's playing, and we got to do a lot better. It's like I said, it is very difficult to put into words the disappointment and just pinpoint exactly what it was. But our struggles offensively have certainly been they've been it's been very frustrating.
Did you think it would take this long for the gun option offense to be grasped or to see results from it? Or?
No, I didn't. Had I thought at any point we would score 14 points in a matter of 3 games, if I could have predicted the future, I would have probably taken a pause. But certainly, it's things we can do. We can. We got to do it better, and it's the way we're teaching it, the way we call it, the way we're executing it. All of it. It's all got to be done better. So we got to figure that out.
So obviously, still believe in the scheme and what you guys are doing.
Sure, it's the plays will work, but we got to give our guys the best chance by calling the game where there's some flow, and we keep our opponents on edge, and those are all things that we can control as coaches, coaching the fundamentals and getting the right people in the right positions, and then our guys executing, and I know they can. We've seen them do it. We moved the ball very effectively in the second half against Boston College. Moved the ball very effectively in the first half against Syracuse. Moved the ball against UTSA, who I think's got a good football team. There's been evidence that it'll work, and I believe it will. But some of this there's some investment, and what I need to make sure is that I don't panic, and that we continue to press forward and try to improve. But we are our kids the best. It's they get to play once, and for our seniors, this is their last season. So I want to make it a great season for them, and I want to give them the best chance to win. And so, unfortunately, just collectively, we didn't do a very good job of that today.
One more. Any second guessing on the 4th and 2 play at the 7?
Yes. Yes.
Anything that you could have done differently there?
Run the ball, certainly. But it's it's my fault. If they're hammering away in there, and we had run the ball some on first down and gotten 2 yards. And we needed 2. And there's a situation where we're packed in there, and so are they, expecting us to hammer the ball. And we thought we'd be able to slip it out there and toss it in the flat or hit the guy in the over route and run the ball. And none of which happened. But that was the reason behind the call. But it's just not who we are. And certainly was some second guessing on that.
Jeff, yes. Hey, Coach. Sorry, didn't go your way today.
Me too.
Wanted to ask about the play of Champ Harris today. More or less bookends his day with a 43-yard deep ball and a 36-yard touchdown. What do you think plays like that do for his confidence and your trust in him moving forward?
He's a very talented kid. I think he's got a good career ahead of him here. He made a good pass there on the first play of the game and made a nice run there to score and give us a chance. He's got to continue to grow up in the offense and grow up as a college player. And it's not easy. It's not easy to come in as a freshman and play, and especially at that position. It's a particularly difficult position to play as a freshman. So I think he's improving. He's getting better. And we just had some plays all around that we didn't make. We got to make those plays. We're capable, whether it's a throw or a run or a block or whatever it may be. We gotta execute, and we as coaches got to get our guys to execute. That's important. But I'm happy that he's getting better. That it isn't. We've lost 3 games in a row here where he's played some significant snaps, obviously against Troy, and started the last 2 games. That he's not digressing. He's not getting worse. He's doing things better. I just got a ways to go.
What was the mindset behind reinserting Champ back into the offense during the second half? How do you think that improved or changed the game forward?
Well, we were going to go really fast and throw the ball, and knew that he may have to get on the run and move a little bit. And obviously, we had Bryson, who he's been hurt all week, and I don't know that he was complaining that it was bothering him, but Champ's a little bit faster, a little more elusive, and he throws it well enough to be able to go in that situation. And so that was the reason we put him in there. And he obviously did some good things, but still, again, there's things he's got to improve at, and he'll continue to get it better.
Final one from me. Asked Austin Hill about the status of the defense, because 2 home games in a row, they have a tough first half, but then in the second half really start to bolster things down. Only allowed the 1 touchdown today, the 1 field goal against Troy. So what's preventing the defense from playing a full 60-minute effort right now in your eyes?
I don't know. I wish I could answer that. We'd try to get him to do that. Like I said, they weren't set up in a very good position there after the failed fake punt. And I certainly wish that would have worked. I wish we wouldn't have turned it over there. And like I said, they didn't have to score. It's not a rule they got to score there, but it was a short field, and we gave up. We gave up a big play that kind of set it up. But at that point in the game, is early in the second half, we had moved it very good on offense in the first half, and I'm looking for a spark, anything to keep a drive going, try to steal a possession, and unfortunately it didn't work, and put our defense in a bad situation with their backs to the wall.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But just one more, Bryson Daly. Was he ready to go? Were you planning on using him, or was he like an emergency thing, or how was that for them?
We were going to make a game time decision whether he was going to be able to play or not. He's been steadily improving since he was injured, and he's starting to feel a lot better. Felt better in practice yesterday, and so the trainers we're able to give him some medication to kind of ease the pain. We did that right before warm-ups. We went through warm-ups, and we had told him, we said, we're going to start champ. At some point, we're going to get you in the game. Excuse me, get you in the game. Sorry about that. And so he was ready. And we really wanted to monitor as he played how he was holding up. And he seemed to do pretty good. So he's a really competitive guy. And but, you know, he adds something. He's just different than Champ. He's different. And we're probably built right now for him to be our quarterback. Just the things we're doing, and obviously having different guys, you're going to call the game a little bit differently. But I was proud of him. I was proud of his effort. You know, we had a couple plays. We were very fortunate when we fumbled the ball down there on the 5 that they had 12 guys on the field, or we were going to lose that scoring opportunity. And like I said, it just the frustration I feel. It's really really difficult to express. But I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in just the program and the team in general, and the way we've played and the way we played today, and losing that football game.
We'll go to Charles on Zoom for one. Go ahead, Charles.
Good afternoon, Coach. Charles Reeves with GoBlackKnights.com. From a defensive perspective, it's safe to say that the defensive backs were on plenty of tackles via the UMass rushing attack, whereby Hammonds had, I believe, 8 and DiDomenico 7. Is that an indicator or a concern that the D-line, the linebackers, were being taken out of the game, along with missed tackles that you talked about earlier, especially trying to stop their running back, Lynch Adams, who had over 200 yards rushing?
We looked like we had never seen a counter play before. I mean, they ran the counter play over and over and over again, and we could not stop it. And so they'd pull the guard and tackle, and they ran the receiver across like speed sweep, handed off to the back on the counter play, and he's popping out in the secondary. And so certainly we got to play it better, fit better, recognize it, coach it better, and so that's kind of what we saw, especially early on, and it was frustrating. A couple times they popped out of there, and then in the secondary we weren't fitting where we needed to be, and they just kind of ran through us, and we pride ourselves on trying to be a good run-stopping defense, being a good running football team, neither of which we did today. So we got some improvements to make. We're going to face a team next week that's really effective at running the football, so we're going to have to do a lot better.
And my follow-up and final question, turnovers have been an issue from game 1 of the season and today, obviously, which often a result of decision-making errors versus just physicality of the game. I know that it'd be hard to kind of address that issue right after today's game, but can you kind of put your finger on why this is an ongoing problem?
Throwing the ball to the other team in a desperation throw it's not a wise throw, and we've done that a couple of times. Just toss the ball up. I think those guys are today. I'm sure they're trying to make a play to win the football game, and the way the last few weeks have gone, the way the day was going, they're trying to make a play, and they got to let the plays come to them. They got to make the plays that are there, not trying to create something. And so there's probably some poor decisions there. Where I get most disappointed is when the ball gets knocked out, which it did today, and I don't know how we can coach it differently or put more emphasis on it than we do. We continue to do that. So it's my responsibility, and we got to get it corrected, and we're certainly going to try this week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.